Oh, God. Okay, so coming up next to the stage, you have an amazing treat. He's a headliner at this club. He's going to come up and do just a quick TV set for us tonight. Steve Marshall, everybody. Steve Marshall.
Thank you. It's so unusual for me to do something that's more organized, because I've always been a very spontaneous person. So the easiest thing for me to always do is just speak the truth and just, I'm a real New Yorker. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. What I mean by a real New Yorker is I went to Old Brooklyn Public School. Yeah, I went to PS 217, then I went to a maximum security junior high school at Ditmas. I was picked on mercilessly. I just didn't fit in. I wasn't like the other kids. Like the other kids growing up, they wanted to be football players or baseball players or actors, and I just wanted to be Italian. I just thought the Italian kids were the coolest kids. In 5th grade, my friend Anthony, I go, Anthony, where are you going? He stops and goes like this. He goes, that's gorgeous. Italians wind up before they speak. He goes, I'm going to see my girl. In 5th grade? I was Jewish in 5th grade. I had a stamp collection. I would have loved to have had a girl. I was raised very typical Jewish kid. I had to get an education. I had to respect my parents. I had to do well in school. I was never really a religious Jew. I'm more what I call a cultural Jew. I believe in God, but I also believe in valet parking, air conditioning, Barbra Streisand, Chinese food. I use my menorah as a nightlight. If I'm having sex with a girl and she's ugly, I light one candle. I don't want to see her face. Oh, all of a sudden people are politically correct here. That's how I learned to be funny, was you have to misbehave if you want to be funny, all right? I was raised to be a good kid, all right? I was typical Jewish kid, worrying about money my whole life, everything, worried about money. Never bought anything without first asking what the price was. It's my parents' fault. My parents taught me the value of money the old-fashioned Jewish way. My parents used to withhold taxes from my allowance. Christian kids would ask me, Steve, how much money are you getting for allowance? I was like, I don't know, take home or gross. Who takes FICA from a little Jew? I found a loophole. I moved in with an Italian family. I got paid off the books. It was beautiful. My ex-wife's Italian. I love Italian people. Nobody told me this. When you marry an Italian woman, you marry her entire family. When I said I do, my wife's family stood up, we do too. And I grew up in Brooklyn just thinking that everybody was ethnic, that you were either black or Jewish or Irish, everybody Chinese something. And people had these big sense of humors and big personalities. And then I left Brooklyn, I ran into people that were called white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Lovely people, but they like to behave. Apparently they don't like jokes. All right, they sit in the audience, they don't laugh, they study the joke. How didactic, yet amusing. Watch ethnic people when they laugh. Chicken wings are shooting out of their face. Because if you're an ethnic person, you know two things. Joking is love, and food is love. All right, food is love. People come to New York City for the food. Ethnic food, Greek food, Thai food, soul food. I never heard anybody say even once, I'm hungry, I could go for white food. Anybody ever hear that? Egg salad would be scrumptious. It would suck. The number one food everybody likes is Italian food. Everybody, no matter their color, their religion, they love Italian food. Because Italian food is made with a secret ingredient, love. Little Italian grandmothers cook 24 hours a day. That's all they do is cook. They never had a job in their life. They had a resume, it'd be one word, cook. Little grandmothers this big. Dressed head to toe in black in case a funeral breaks out. Little mustaches, no time to shave. Come in the living room, hit him behind an 855-pound meatball. Manja, manja. They were all tiny. My Jewish grandmother was from Odessa. She was this big, with 2 tits down to her toes. Just 2 nipples and orthopedic shoes running from Cossacks. And the Irish grandmas were chubby. I guess instead of food under their armpit, they had a hidden shot glass. Here, don't tell your parents. I am sick and tired of people telling me how to be me. That's what took me the longest to get, that it's okay to be Jewish. It's okay to be black. It's okay to be white, whatever you are. I am so proud now of being Jewish. Next week I'm thinking of going to a plastic surgeon and getting a bigger nose. I'm going to get the biggest Jew nose my Jew head holds. I want to see my nostrils enter the room 6 seconds before my Jew head does. And I'm going to tell more ethnic jokes than I've ever told in the world, because you want to know something about ethnic people? We don't hate ethnic jokes. We hate violence. All right? We love to laugh. How many people have made the bad Chinese voice in a Chinese restaurant? Look at them. They all raise it like they're all guilty. Nobody dislikes Chinese people, but you're in a Chinese restaurant, you're like, I think I'll talk Chinese. The second the waiter turns with the order, you whip around, oh. You get the chopsticks, you go nuts. Don't feel bad. Those Chinese people are in the kitchen making fun of all of us. It's called a sense of humor. People are saying ignorant things now. We don't want to let immigrants in the United States of America. We don't want to let immigrants in the United States of America. Half of us wouldn't be here tonight if we didn't let immigrants in the United States of America. It's un-American not to let immigrants in the country. It's the greatest country in the world because we let everybody in. Then we make fun of you. Could somebody tell these Pakistani cab drivers that a spice rack is not an air freshener? Who got hurt by that? It's an ethnic joke. I love saying things that potentially offend people, because I think people need to be offended. All right? I'm offended by violence. I'm offended by hate. But a joke just begins to break the ice with people. You know the easiest way to offend people? Forget talking about sex. Forget talking about prejudice. Forget ethnic jokes. Be happy. When you're happy, people hate you. They do. It's the absolute truth. When you're happy, they're behind your back going, why is she so happy? I think people need to have integrity. You need to have integrity to yourself, to your family, to your culture, and be proud of whoever you are. And if there are any Catholic people here, you're great too. No, I don't want to leave them out. Catholics are great. They love to laugh because they have guilt. Anybody who has guilt loves to laugh. And they have confession. As a Jew, I can't fathom this. You sin 6 days in a row. Then you drive through that Easy Pass toll booth. You get absolved of your sins, you repeat the same thing next week. I'm a Jew, I said, I gotta get in on this. I snuck in a confession. My Roman Catholic friend Anthony told me, it's so scary, it's so dark, you're in there by yourself. I go, bless me, Father, for I've sinned. I hear a voice, what is your sin, son? I go, I'm Jewish. He says, oh, that's a bad one. He told me to say 10 Hail Marys and pay retail for a week. Come on, we know the jokes, folks. Nobody got hurt by that. I loved having a black president. I loved every day of having a black president. I love saying it because people are so offended now. 8 years ago, everybody was like, a black president, yay! 4 years after that, yay. Now, I didn't vote for him. Did you vote for him? Who voted for him? Because if you have a black president, little black children can emulate this man and say, now, what a role model. Maybe someday now, we can grow up to be president of the United States. And this is great for our little Jewish children, because if black children can grow up to be the black president, then maybe little Jewish children can say, maybe someday we can play basketball. I want to turn on the TV and hear it's Rabinowitz for Shapiro. Shapiro to Schwartz, back to Epstein, back to Goldstein, back to Goldberg. The Crown Heights rabbis are bringing the ball up the court. Oops, one slip, there's food on display. You're a great audience. I was so... Good night, everybody. Be good to one another. Good night.
Steve Marshall, everybody. Steve Marshall. Okay, coming up to to the stage is a newcomer to the scene. She's so funny and so great.